Hello again. Thank you for joining us for chapter 5. This is a good one. This is probably the best one. And I'm not just saying that. You're really going to enjoy it, I promise. And here's why. Because we're talking about ensuring the entirety of the skill set of your team. And here's the other thing. We want to start as we mean to end. So as you dive into this chapter, this one is really meaty and it's going to take a little bit of time to get through. Everything that's in this chapter is probably a 6 to 12 month journey, depending on where you are within your organization. This chapter talks about, again, ensuring the entirety of the skill set. We start off with your playbook, which I know is an overused term for a lot of folks. For me, it is the Bible. It is the guiding light. It's a benchmark. It's your training manual. I've had some people call it. It doesn't matter. Your playbook is whatever you want it to be, as long as it includes a communication plan. As you read this chapter, I tell you a story about how I was working with an organization and it was so fun. This leader was able to bring a whole new division to bear to market. It was phenomenal. There was no sales process. There were no lines on the road. So most of you probably have a sales process, which is fantastic. How well is the team using it? How well is it serving you? Ask yourself those questions. This chapter goes on then to really talk about the communication plan. A process is only as good as it is communicated out. I'm going to say that again. A process is only as good as it's communicated out. If we create a playbook or a process or a program or something, but don't tell anybody about it, it doesn't serve us, quite frankly, at all. It's kind of like buying the exercise equipment that sits in the garage and never gets used. It's not doing anybody any good. So I encourage you to think about, what do you have in place today for your playbook? How well has it been communicated? In addition to that, I encourage you, if you haven't already, what you're going to find in here on chapter page 67 is the start of a skills matrix. So again, what we're trying to do is bleed out emotion for our sales team, number one. Process bleeds out emotion, number one. Number two, it provides a very, very objective framework for everybody to operate in. You might be saying, hang on a second, HR needs to give me a skill set. Absolutely. However, you as a sales leader, as a revenue leader, also need to have a say in it, because your skills matrix, as you'll see in the example here, gives you hard skill as well as soft skill. Also, we talk about a rollout strategy. I have examples, and I will give these worksheets to everybody. There's actually copies here in the book. Um, but here we give you examples of actual training rhythms and an operating rhythm to tackle, as well as the tools you'll need, the things you'll need, the recipe to be successful for you and your team. Here's why this matters. How many times have we had people on our team apply for a role and we didn't have a leg to stand on as to why that person would or would not get the role over another person, or we don't have a leg to stand on as to why somebody else got promoted throughout our organization, throughout our revenue organization. That is so demoralizing to everybody. And how much easier is it to make a decision when we have a skills matrix, we're following it, and we're benchmarking quarter over quarter how we're doing. We tie our our skills matrix to our standard of excellence, to our purpose statement as a team. Now we have a team that's driven by purpose. They know they have a fighting chance for that promotion, and they know the playing field is level. They can walk into their office, home office or otherwise, and know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the playing field is level and their success is up to them. It's not about your gut as a sales leader because it might be the bad burrito you had the night before, right? We don't want to go with our gut. We want to go with an objective system that allows everybody to feel motivated, to feel like they have a voice, they have a chance. And it allows for you as a leader to have a say. And it makes it easier for us. We're not relying on our gut. We're relying on a system that allows everybody to have a chance. And it makes it easier at the end of the day. It creates a motivating environment that people thrive in because they know, for all intents and purposes, it's fair. So, my question for you is, how are you ensuring the entirety of your skill set for your team? And by now, most of you have probably purchased this book. If you haven't, I encourage you to. Every chapter, remember in chapter 1, we talked about reflection and we need to do more of it. Every chapter has the same 2 reflection questions, which is what you take away from this chapter, your one takeaway, and what are you going to do about it? So I encourage you, read 1 chapter a week, capture your aha moment, and drive action around it, and see what type of positive change you have in your environment.